reading is very important for our development, our progress, and we all know this. This is common sense. But many people read in a very pointless way. They just read and forget everything. So they don't remember like what they've read. And like that's not actually productive. That's a waste of time. So today we're going to discuss the topic of how to remember what you have actually read, and I'm not going to waste any of your time. First of all, get yourself a some kind of notebook or just a piece of paper, and then get your book. And for example, this like how to win friends and influence people. And today I've read that a principle that you should listen to people just without interrupting them. Just let them be their audience. You're the only audience, and just let them speak out. Let just them talk for hours. And so I have learned that. Now, the first step, let's write it on a notebook. So, for example, I write here. This is a very important thing actually, that you don't write any of like the quotes from the book or like the sentences. You need to like analyze it a little bit, what you have read, and then write it in your own words. So for example, I've read that you should listen to people without interrupting them. Let them speak out. So this is the first step, is actually what you have read. But the second one is perhaps even more important, is that actually you need to implement it, because it's of course very good to remember what you have actually learned, but there's like no point in actually learning something and then not using it. Or okay, for example, there might be sometimes that like this specific thing that you have learned is a very like specific one, a very situational one, and you will use it pretty seldom. But that's actually like, I think like 5% of what you actually learn. And so most of the things, especially in the social skills type of books, you actually can use today. And so the next step is that, for example, I've learned that you should listen to people without interrupting them, let them speak up. So today, I'm going to go and speak with a person and ask them an interesting question that, like, this is one of the main things that, like, you need to ask actually a question that a person will actually be interested in answering, not just going for like a random interview kind of questions like, oh, what kind of music do you like? And so you need to let that person actually speak out, and that's the lesson. So I've did it. This is the actionable step. This is the part two, and it's perhaps the even more important one, is that you actually need to use the thing that you've learned. I would say the best way in a day, 24 hours today, maybe like 24 hours better, but certainly today, if you have learned it, you need to use it. And this way you actually implement the stuff that you have learned. This is how you do it. And so yeah, bro, see you in the next one.